You are Locked On Clippers Postcast, part of Locked On Sports Los Angeles on the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Hello, and welcome to the Locked On Clippers Postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. I am Pete Fox, covering sports in LA, dating back to 2007 for ESPN, LA, and NBC Sports Radio. Hold on a second. I have a feeling my microphone is not working because I plugged it into the wrong place. Think that better. Yes, I got it. Much better. So I apologize for the fumble there to get us rolling. Again, Pete Fox, host of the Locked On Clippers Postcast, covering sports in LA dating back to 2007. We come on right after the game here on the Clippers Postcast and break it down for you. Tonight, a walk in the park for the Clippers, a much needed cruise in the park. Today's episode brought to you by Monarch Money. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. Yes, I really felt like the Clippers have been playing pretty well of late. As we talked about a couple of nights ago, I still was worried about the inconsistency, not feeling like they're building momentum. They've won 6 of 7 now, I believe is what the number is, but it doesn't feel like it's, hey, we're really rolling and we're dominating people. Tonight, it did feel like that, which is really, really a comfortable, good feeling. I know that it is the lowly Charlotte Hornets, but every now and then, you got to have one of these games where you just thump somebody and you go out and it's never in doubt. You're never worried. You're never sweating other than from the physical activity. You're literally sweating, not figuratively. And tonight, that's what we had back home at Intuit Dome against the Charlotte Hornets. Not over just yet, but it's been over for quite a while. The other thing about this that's good news and a good feeling for me is what's coming up for the Clippers is not by any stretch a cakewalk. They have a very tough schedule for the next few days, few games coming up. Couple nights from now, so that's Tuesday, the Cleveland Cavaliers will be at Intuit Dome. And then they have a couple days off, and then they face Memphis on Friday, followed by the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New York Knicks. I know they just beat the Knicks, so that's a good feeling. That's a little bit of confidence going into that one. But by the time you get to that game, they're going to be very, very roughed up after dealing with the Thunder and the Browns. Sorry, I'm trying to get my mic cable untangled over here. As you can tell, I am not in my normal little studio situation. So, Cleveland Cavaliers, not the Cleveland Browns or the Cleveland Guardians. They're going to be playing the basketball team, not the baseball team or the football team. So the Cavs are, I believe, best team in the league record-wise. So that's going to be a struggle, a challenge, a real challenge for them to see what they're made of, to see what they have at this point of the season, heading towards the playoffs with 14 games to go. So tonight, a complete thumping, throttling, Zubac sitting on the bench at the end of the game, Harden on the bench at the end of the game. All of those are really good positions for the Clippers to be in. We got Norm Powell back on the floor tonight. 0 for 5 to start the game in the first half, but finally got some points, played 23 minutes, scored 7 points, 3 of 13. So a bunch of rust, not surprisingly, but it more than anything, it just feels good to have Norm back out there. We need him to be up and running by the time the playoffs running, back to full speed, back to full strength, and you got to start somewhere. So this is what always happens when people are injured and sit out for a while. They never come back at full strength, and they have to work their way into it, and that's what we got from Norm Powell tonight. Step one in what is hopefully a 5-game process. It's probably going to be more They were talking about 20 games for Kawhi to get back up to speed, and kind of feel like we're there now, that Kawhi is fully healthy at least and playing at tip-top shape. 23 points tonight in 27 minutes, 9 of 16, 3 threes, although he started really slow. Did that bother anybody else? I didn't love the fact that he went a quarter and a half without scoring. But once he did, this is another nice answer to 0 for 3 or 0 for 4 to start. He scored his next 6 baskets in a row. So we all know that Kawhi can score. One of the things I like to see from what he has been doing of late, it hasn't been one-dimensional. He's been penetrating the lane. He's been attacking the basket. He gets to that spot, whether it's at the block or the elbow, and he makes that shot. He's been hitting threes. Again, 3 of 4 tonight from beyond the arc. 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block shot. That is a well-rounded performance from the future Hall of Famer there. There's about a minute to go on this one, and the Clippers are up 123-86 over the 17-win Hornets, who, by the way, got a win a couple of nights ago in San Antonio where they scored, how many threes did they make? 26 threes? Holy cow. And then they come out tonight and shoot 18% from beyond the arc. 26 a couple of nights ago, 6 tonight. How much of that has to do with the Clippers defense? Quite a bit, I would say. They played really good defense tonight. There wasn't much to complain about in this game. There was kind of a rough, bumpy, slow start to the second quarter. But then right after that, they went on a 13-2 run, 15-4, kept it going. Harden was making passes, had a couple of sweet alley-oops to Derrick Jones Jr. late in the second. And it was a tough play that Derrick Jones made look easy. And I love alley-oops. I'm just a fan, especially when Harden's got that aspect of his game working. He's really been playing across the board much better, taking care of the ball, scoring, getting steals, assisting, passing the ball, rebounds. He did a little bit of everything tonight. 31 points in 31 minutes, 9 of 15, 4 of 7 from beyond the arc, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and only 2 turnovers, where the Clippers were very clean with the ball all night. They had 10 points. So when you look up and down at this game, you say, all right, this is good. I mean, not really a tough night at the office, kind of that all-star game vibe, if you will. No one had to really play all that hard. No one had to work all that hard. And Ivica Zubac is real close, or was real close to a triple-double. We'll get into that right after the break. It's the Locked On Clippers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel, the place to hang out when every game is done. All right. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Clippers postcast brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. Of course, March Madness is here. Teams have been announced. The brackets are set. So get your FanDuel action rolling. They're giving you a chance to get in on all that action like never before. Right now, new customers to FanDuel can get $200 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. That's 200 extra bucks to use on everything from buzzer beaters to Cinderella stories and even who's cutting down the nets. Pick your favorites, pick your alma maters, pick your wife's or husband's alma maters. Pick your, the school that was your dad's favorite. I have 2 favorite college basketball teams. One of them being Kentucky, because that's the team my dad grew up rooting for. And that's big time blue blood college basketball. And this is the time of year when I really start paying attention to Kentucky basketball. And of course, my alma mater, San Diego State University, who made it to the finals. Was it last year or the year before? I can't even remember now. I feel like it might have been 2 years ago. So, if I had a bracket going, which I don't, surprisingly, I used to do, it was like religious every year. Had to be in a football pool and you had to be in a bracket. Haven't done either in quite a while, and I don't know why. I just like to actually place bets on the specific games. I don't feel the need to get in on a bracket challenge. So if you're like me and you just like picking winners or over-unders, go to FanDuel.com. It is easy and fast. And again, they have that special deal going for new customers. You get $200 in bonus bets for your first $5 bet if it is a winner. So visit FanDuel.com and get in on the college hoops action all tournament long. Tonight's episode of the Locked On Clippers postcast also brought to you by Monarch Money. Ever check your bank account and wonder, where did all my money go between dining out, online shopping, and entertainment? It's easy to lose track because if you're like me and you're using your credit cards for almost everything because you get miles and points for using your card to spend or pay for everything rather than giving them cash or a debit card, sometimes you do get ahead of yourself. You need something like Monarch Money to come in and be helpful and act like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control over your finances. Monarch Money isn't just a budgeting app. It is a complete financial command center. You can track all of your accounts, investments, and spending in one place so you can stop just managing your money and start building your wealth. Take control of your finances with Monarch Money. Use the code LOCKEDONNBA at monarchmoney.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarchmoney.com, code LOCKEDONNBA for half off your first year. All right, the Clippers with a comfortable win at Intuit Dome, hammering the Hornets 123-88.
This is what you'll be talking about.
I think you'll be talking about the fact that the Clippers laid one on the Charlotte Hornets and Norm Powell back on the floor in the starting lineup for the Clippers. That's something we've all been kind of waiting for. Like, when's Norm coming back? How hurt is he? Because we need him back there sooner before later. It's going to take a little while for him to get back up to speed and get into the swing of things. We could see that was pretty obvious tonight. I don't know. Is it 5 games? I feel like they would probably say, they being the team, or Brian Seaman, the announcer, along with Coach Fratello, they would probably put a higher number on what Norm would need to get back up to speed, maybe 10 games. As I said, they felt like it was 20 for Kawhi. I feel like Norm's a different kind of guy. He kind of just looked off tonight. Like, he didn't seem like he was into the game because maybe the game didn't require that sort of intensity or attention. When it does, like in a couple of nights against the Cleveland Cavaliers, I feel like Norm's going to have a different intensity, a different attitude, and we'll see a different Norm Powell. But he's still not going to be there just yet because it's going to take a while. I'm thinking 5 to 7 games. It's hopefully not 10 because we've only got 14 left. And as I said, the schedule for the Clippers down the stretch of the regular season is daunting as they try to catch the 6th seed, who is right now the Golden State Warriors. Let me mention it to you again. Here's what is coming up for the Clippers starting on Tuesday. Add into it, you got the Cleveland Cavaliers in town, 7:30 tip. Then a couple of days off, and they will face the Memphis Grizz, which is also no pushover. That's a 7:30 start. And then they wrap up this 3-game homestand with the Oklahoma City Thunder. So if they can figure out a way to get 2 of those 3, I think the one that they must have, a must win in that 3-game stretch is Memphis. Unless Oklahoma City for some reason phones it in, which I don't think they will. And the Cavs are the same way. These 2 teams are rolling everyone. And the Clippers lately, I hate to rain on this happy parade after they just dominated the Charlotte Hornets and won an easy game, but the Clippers haven't been great against good competition other than the New York Knickerbockers, who they beat on March 7th, 105-95. So after Oklahoma City, which is Sunday, a couple of days off, and then they will travel to MSG to face the Knicks again. So that is a definite winnable game for them because they have confidence. But this little stretch where they've won 6 of 7, the only good team in that series, well, I guess you could throw Detroit in there. So they've got 2 good wins out of their last 6. They beat Detroit and New York, and then they took care of Sacramento, which was complete luck. They did not deserve to win that game by any stretch of the imagination, but they did. 111-110 in overtime. They lost one they should have won in New Orleans, 127-120 to the New Orleans Pelicans. Then they beat Miami, Atlanta, and Charlotte tonight, all fairly comfortably. So things are going in the right direction. Got to win those games. But now is when things start to get ratcheted up. Turn up the intensity, to say the least, with Cleveland, Memphis, and Oklahoma City coming to town 3 games in a row, Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. As for the player of the game,
this is the Locked On Player of the Game.
I mean, this one's easy. It's got to be James Harden. He had 23 in the first half, finished with 31, and didn't even play in the fourth quarter. So just had it going, dialed in, and this is the James Harden that we love to see, where they are going in more than they aren't, and he's moving the ball, he's passing, he is attacking the rim. I mean, the Clippers had a little bit of everything going. And again, don't want to get too excited about a win over Charlotte, but hopefully that they can take away positive mental feelings, slump busters. It's hard to call something a slump buster when you've won 6 of 7. But, the fact was the pace was good. They attacked the basket. They shared the ball. All of these were thoughts that Brian Shaw shared with Lauren after halftime, and I completely agreed. This was not a tough game to read for Brian Shaw or for anybody else. The Clippers did what they needed to do, and they did it well. As for the turning point of this game,
time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
Well, I would say it would be shortly after the tip of this game. It was all Clippers coming out of the start. 32-21 in the first quarter, 33-20 at the end of 2. Again, they had a little bit of slow start to the second quarter, but they got it right back on track with a 13-2 run, thanks to 23 from James Harden in the first half. So a good win for the Clippers tonight. We all feel happy and our bellies are full with a comfortable 123-88 win over the Hornets. We will turn the page on this one and put it to bed and turn it off for a day as we get ready for the Cavaliers on Tuesday. Again, Kawhi Leonard with 23. Derek Jones Jr. had 12. Zubac 17, 14, and 8. Too shy of his first career triple-double because he did not play in the fourth quarter. Harden had 31, 4 threes, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals, and only 2 turnovers. No Powell got the start, 23 minutes, 3 of 13 with 7 points, and nobody in double figures off the bench. Amir Coffey was the closest. In 20 minutes, he went 4 of 13, 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, 9 points. That's going to do it for us here tonight on the Locked On Clippers postcast on the Locked On Sports LA YouTube channel. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you listening. Appreciate the comments. We'll be back at it on Tuesday night for Clippers and Cavs. Have a good night. Take care. We'll talk.